Excuse me, are you Chalisa?
Chili, yes.
Hey, Tim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Is Greg not here today?
He's on the way. He said he's up the
Okay.
street, so give him like 3 minutes.
Well, I'll give him all the time he needs, but I'm going to get started if that's all right.
That's perfect.
Okay. Hey, everybody, my name is Tim, the Piano Man. How are y'all doing today? Good to see you. I'm here to play the piano, surprise, surprise, and hope that you enjoy. I do take requests. If I know your song, I'll play it, and if I don't know it, I'll play it anyway. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. That got me in trouble a couple times. So if I don't know it, I don't play it these days.
Tell me.
Hey, Greg. How you doing?
There you go. You like that track better?
I do. Thank you. What a great audience. Thank you very much. That's The Entertainer by Scott Joplin. My name is Tim, the Piano Man. I'm going to play some more ragtime music. This is the Maple Leaf Rag by Scott Joplin as well. very much. Thank you. That is some ragtime music by Scott Joplin. My name is Tim the Piano Man, and I'm going to play something from, let's do something from the 1920s. 1927, in fact. This is a song that's been played many times over the years, and it's called Ain't Misbehavin'.
Ain't misbehaving.
That's right. You heard it. That's a good one.
Yes.
Thank you. What a great audience. That's Ain't Misbehavin'. My name's Tim the Piano Man. This next song I like to play, well, it's a tune that came out in the 1950s, and it's called Misty.
What?
Misty.
Misty.
Yes, ma'am.
Misty for me.
I will play Misty for you.
That was a movie. Play Misty for me.
The title of the movie was Play Misty for Me.
I think so. It had Clint Eastwood.
I had no idea. I learned something today.
I haven't seen it, I just know of it.
You haven't seen it, but you know of it. That makes sense. Well, now I know of it, and I haven't seen it either. But I'll play Misty for all of y'all. And I'm going to put a little swing on it. Thank you very much. What a great audience. Thank you. How you doing? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. My name's Tim the Piano Man, and I'm taking requests. If I know your song, I'll play it. And if I don't know it, I'll play something else. Of course, if you're enjoying the repertoire, I'll keep picking them. That was Misty. That came out in 1956, written by Errol Gardner, and featured in a film, Play Misty for Me, which I just learned today.
Clint Eastwood, and the woman star, forget, but she was in love with Clint Eastwood. She was a bad, getting at him. She was everywhere, followed him and everything.
Oh, yeah, these days we call that a stalker.
That's that, yeah. And it gets pretty tough at the end.
Oh, no. Sounds like a riveting movie. I'll have to watch that if I get the chance. Speaking of movies, how about another song from a film? Probably came out, well, this one came out, I think, 1962. And this one's called Moon River.
Moon River.
From the film, anybody? A little trivia? Anybody know the film? With Audrey Hepburn? Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Right, yeah.
We did that one already, Greg. Not only that, but we established that song was featured in a film called Play Misty for Me. Now I feel left out. great audience. Thank you very much. Hey, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
I'm all right. My name is Tim, the Piano Man, and that was Moon River. Moon River.
Okay, Moon River.
Remember, if you have a request, just write on something small, like a $100 bill, and put it in my pocket. Of course, you can always raise your hand. That works too. That works too. And we're playing some songs from films. Apparently, Misty is from a song. Is from a film called "Play Misty for Me," which I found out today.
I heard you playing the song from the Sting, too.
Yes, sir. I played the song from The Sting,
Yeah,
The Entertainer,
the entertainment, man. I know music.
and I know Greg.
Well, long
Yeah, that's true. How about some more music from films? Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we can do, this is a classic. This is a classic from Casablanca, As Time Goes By.
As time goes by.
Thank you very much.
What about one of Olivia Newton-John's songs?
Olivia Newton-John.
Grease, was she in Grease?
I believe she was in Greece. I can play something from Greece.
Okay.
Let me think. Well, let's see. There's Summer Nights, and I think I've heard that one enough that I can pull it together. It's just like if you walk into somebody's kitchen, they say, "Let me whip you something up real quick."
What about the one that she and John wrote to sing back and forth?
Isn't that Summer Nights, or is that something else?
It could be could be the same.
Let me see if I can remember it.
Yeah, that's it. Yay.
Thank you. How about some boogie woogie? I do. My name is Tim the Piano Man. That's a little boogie woogie for y'all's afternoon. Remember, if you have a request, just let me know. If I know it, I'll play it.
You know Copacabana?
Oh my goodness. That Copacabana.
What?
That is such a good song. That is a classic song.
What is it?
The Copacabana. Have you heard it? I think I've heard it enough that I could play it. I don't know if I've ever gotten that request before. This is a momentous occasion.
I wouldn't have thought about it either.
Well, I think I know it though. Let's see what happens. I think I need to figure it out first. Thank you very much. That was an on-the-spot interpretation. There's a couple spots in there, actually more than a couple, that I'd like to go back and listen to. It was close. It was
It
close.
was really good.
Maybe no cigar, but hey, we did our best.
Something from Elvis.
Something from Elvis. Okay. Well, I've got a couple Elvis tunes that I do that are in my repertoire. I've got the song called Blue Suede Shoes. I'll do that one. And then I'll do I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Thank you very much. Now here is I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. Thank you. What a great audience. Thank you so much. Hey, my name is Tim the Piano Man. I'm here to play the piano. That was an Elvis tune by special request. And if you have a request, just let me know. If I know your song, I will play it. And if I don't know it, I won't play it. How about a Stax tune? Here is Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
I'll be right back.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What a great audience. My name is Tim, the Piano Man. That was Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Remember, if you have a request, just let me know. If I know it, I'll play it. And if I don't know it, I'll play something else. Of course, if you're enjoying the repertoire, then I'll continue with my selections. That was Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Let's see what else we can get into. This one's called I Found My Thrill. On Blueberry Hill, that's correct. I don't know a song called Lovin' by Elvis Presley. I'm sorry. You got me there. That's 2 strikes on me, Greg. That's a great song, but I don't do it. Okay. you had a request for some Elvis Presley. I'm gonna play some more Elvis Presley.
Okay.
And I got time for just one more, so let's do this one. Thank you. What a great audience. Thank you very much. That's it for me for today. My name is Tim the Piano Man. I have enjoyed entertaining y'all thoroughly, and I hope that your breakfast tomorrow is even better than your supper is tonight.
Thank you so much for coming. I
It was a
enjoyed
pleasure. It was
it.
a real pleasure. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah. Come again when you can.
Okay. Be sure to
We'll
spread the bad.
advertise.
Yes, ma'am. Spread the word. Have a good one.
I'm still on the invoice. I thought,
Wow, that was crazy. It is, I live in Tennessee, and it is sunny and raining. I just got rained on and beamed on at the same time. Thank you for joining, everybody. Thank you so much. My name is Tim the Piano Man. I play at retirement communities and health and rehabs. I don't always get the opportunity to respond to requests when I'm playing because a couple reasons. Number one is I don't always look down and see it. Number two, if I look down and see your request and it's not appropriate for the gig that I'm playing, then I don't play it. And there also the third caveat is that I have to know it, and I don't know all the songs. In fact, I got a request for Copacabana today, and I attempted to play it, and it was okay, but there was a couple parts that I realized that were a little bit more complicated than I remember it, which is cool. It seems like an interesting song, Copacabana. And so now what I get to do is, now that I'm in my car and I'm not filming anymore, because I can't film the residents there because of privacy agreements and that kind of thing, I can respond to your comments. Maina, pianist Kenya. I love it. Watching from Kenya. Very cool. Thank you for tuning in. I love my international audience. Jay Jenkins says, but why? I don't know. It's a great question. M Zap says, oh, I don't know. Jang, I think those are Korean characters. Characters says, send me some cool emojis. Thank you for the emojis. Jang, thank you very much. Hi says hi. Hi says, I am the high commenter. Wow. My court has thus been graced by this honor. Thank you. Knocked Not says, nice. Can you play Mozart, please? I do some Mozart. I like the Turkish march. Hi says bye. That was exciting. Kara Mabry says Rush E. That's another good one. I haven't fully mastered that one. Proxon says, wow, you're really good. Thank you very much. Rinvi says, okay, I'll make you happy. Subscribed. Thank you for this for subscribing. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. 2 skibbities and 1 sigma says sup. Sup, 2 skibbities and 1 sigma. Robert Shelley. Do you sing also with these or just play the piano? Well, the answer is, if you had kept watching, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, then you would have found out the answer to that. I do not sing with the songs that I play, because I specialize in a lot of different styles of piano playing, and that's kind of how I make my living. Jang, more cool emojis. Ice says hi. Abdumadov, no, I missed a ma. Abdumadov gives me some thumbs up emojis. Cool, thank you for joining. That's an interesting last name, by the way, because you have the Madov, like, which suggests it might be Russian. Is that what is your country of origin of that name? If you're still watching, I'm very curious. Is that I'm curious. Lori Birkeland says, what song is this? I'm sorry, Lori, I don't know what song I was playing when you commented that. Our Piano Life comments, classic, question mark? I don't know what that means. Raymundo Valerio Garabay says, play the of well, meet again. I think you wanted to hear we'll meet again or something like that. I don't know. I don't know that song. Not off the top of my head. Altrim Ameti says hi. Thank you for joining. Zizon Edit says, hi, uncle. Singing for my name. Amenullah. Well, hi, nephew. Thanks for joining. Nazar Lazebni says, wow, you're so amazing. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love. I love what I do. It's a privilege to be able to play the piano. JP says, awesome, from India. JP says, your English is too good, man. Thank you, but I think it's no great feat to be a master of one's native language. I'm not suggesting I'm a master of English, but I think it's a greater feat to be bilingual or trilingual or plus. I do know some of the language of music, but that's about it. That was crazy. When I came out to my car, it was sunny and raining at the same time. I love it when that happens. Sunny rain is like one of my favorite things because it's like two things existing at the same time. And they're both fairly pleasant because you have the heat from the sun and then you have the cooling of the rain. They're both fairly pleasant, but unexpected to experience both of them at the same time. Now, I like things like that about life. Something unexpected that gently, or maybe not so gently, takes you out of your routine and makes you aware, makes you think about something. Now it's kind of like the literary device, almost. A literary device, I think I've heard it called a MacGuffin. I don't know where that comes from, but I've heard this literary device called a MacGuffin before. A MacGuffin in this example, and if you know the origin of this term, then please let me know, because this is a mystery to me. But the idea is that MacGuffin is something that catalyzes the call to adventure. A MacGuffin, an example would be a character who does the same thing day in and day out, and it's very boring, and then they have an opportunity, like they have a package arrive in their office, and it starts this adventure. So that's kind of what a MacGuffin is. I still don't know the origin. I really would like to know the origin of this term. Like a literary term, you know that the term red herring, I don't know if you know it or not, but a red herring is a device in a plot that, and I don't know the origin of this either, so if you know the origin of a red herring, let me know. A red herring is like a decoy. So the reader, or the watcher, if it's a movie, thinks that a certain person did the crime or is the bad guy. And it's so obvious that if you watch enough movies, then eventually you think, sometimes you see it coming. But a MacGuffin is like the call to adventure. And that's why I like Sunny Rain, is because it's the kind of thing that makes you aware of what's going on, to the extent where you might feel the call of adventure. You might be able to sort of hook your consciousness onto the revolving merry-go-round that's going to take you somewhere else. All right, I got a couple more comments here, so I'm safely cruising. Let's see. I will subscribe if you make everyday video, JP. That is a pretty tall demand. I can't guarantee that I'll have a video every day, but I mean, have you seen my channel? My production is pretty prolific. We're putting out shorts every day. Okay, so yes, so I do make videos every day. I'm not going to make a long form video every day. I live stream as many shows as I can, and I play 60 shows a month on average. I'd say at this time about 75% of those shows are live streamed, which is cool. It's really cool to be able to live stream what I do for work. So I can't guarantee that I personally will make a video every day. I do enjoy making videos, but I don't have a studio. So part of my goal with this channel is to monetize it so that I can invest into a studio and have my own piano. So I get paid to play other people's pianos, which is an interesting place that I find myself in this arc of my story. Speaking about literary devices, a MacGuffin, I really like that term. It's something that shocks you out of your routine to the extent where you think, what's going on here? Like, is this really the routine that I want? Like, a routine is good until it's not. So a routine is good because it supplies the need of stability in one's life. And stability, that is a strong foundation on which to build upon. But once you have stability, then what is the next thing that you're looking for? You're looking for variety. You're looking for something interesting. You don't want to be bored. So boredom is a privilege. Boredom derives from a state of being where your routine is so ingrained that you can do it on autopilot. And the value of a MacGuffin is it wakes you up out of your autopilot. JP, what's up? Of course you can ask me another question. I am driving, so I'm going to do my best to look down and respond as safely as I can when I come to a stop. Absolutely. I will watch because I think I can speak fluently if I listen to you every day. Hey, that's cool. That is really cool. I am a native English speaker. Keep in mind, though, I have a little, well, some might not say little, Southern accent. And this is an American accent. There's many different accents in America. A Southern accent is a little bit slower, and it's prolific, it's popular. I don't know about popular, but it's found, I guess you could say, in the southern United States. It's a little bit different from the Tennessean accent, the Appalachian accent. That's a little bit different. Even though Memphis is in Tennessee, the culture is more of the South, in my opinion. And then you have a Texas accent, which is different. Those are southern accents. So yes, if you model your English speaking after me, then you will have a bit of a drawl. Okay, one more question. I am front-end developer, and I want to go to foreign country to become a smart developer. Do you code or do coding? What an interesting question. No, I don't. I mean, the most basic stuff that I'll do is, like, if I'm building a website and I need a feature, then I can copy and paste a snippet of code. But coding is not something that I do. But that's really interesting, JP. You're a front-end developer, and you want to go to a foreign country to become a smart developer. Well, here's a question for you. You want to go to a foreign country, okay, and you want to become a smart developer. I think what you mean is you want to develop that skill. There's a lot of need for coders. You don't. Okay, but there's two different things there, and they are not dependent on each other. You can have one and not the other. So, for example, you can become a smart coder or a better coder, or you can get coding training on YouTube for free. You can develop your skills and put together a resume or a portfolio and then shop that around. So I'm not sure why you want to go to a foreign country where the cost of living is more expensive. It seems like the best order to do that in is to develop your skill set and then try to get a job in the foreign country that you want to go to, or and then move, or get like a remote job coding, working with the people that speak the language that you want to learn. So that's the order that I would do it in. The order, I think, would matter a lot there. JP, where are you from? Did you say you were from India, or is that somebody else? And apologies, I'm not going to be able to read your comment just yet because the traffic just, we got a little bit more traffic. Traffic in the U.S. is way different from other parts of the world. Nobody's honking. In the South, people try to not honk at each other for some reason. Only if they're really mad are they going to honk. Usually, that's generalizing. I like to honk because I think that people need to be held accountable for their driving. And part of that is why I am not looking at the screen just yet, but I might be able to. Let's see. You asked if I code. I'm very comfortable with American. I am watching, listening since 4 years. I like USA. Cool. And then somebody says, as a beginner with no teacher, is it better to learn chords or copy and learn pieces? Hey, great question. That's a question from another user whose name I'm not sure of at the moment. I'll answer that in a second. I'll call you Ilyil. India, from Maharashtra state. Maharashtra. Cool, okay. Yeah, there is a visa that you can get. I have an Indian friend who talks about this. I forget the name of the visa, but a lot of talent that, a lot of people that work at U.S. companies are outsourced, brought in from out of the country because the United States might not necessarily have the talent that these company needs, that these company need. Companies need. That was not a correct English there. That these companies, plural, need. The reason that they bring people in from India and all over the world is because there's a skill set that needs to be filled. So I would look into that. A lot of U.S. companies, especially tech companies, need coding talent. Now, I don't know much about the job market currently, but that's what I would say. Elamerk09 wants me to say Scylla, and that's how I'm pronouncing it. That might be wrong, though. JP, until I visit USA, I don't believe I want live that life which I made in my brain. Okay, I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's important. It's important to get data. It's important to see what something's actually like, and it's good to have dreams. It's good to have goals and desires. But yeah, there is often a difference between the realization of that dream and what you have to do to get it, and the dream itself. It's good to find a dream that is worth the effort and the journey that it takes to realize that dream, to actualize that dream. H-1B visa. Thank you, Illy. Yeah, that sounds right. H-1B. The Trump administration, I think they might be trying to change that somehow, because they did a lot of immigration reform. But as far as I know, the H-1B visa is still going. It might be because Elon Musk is a big fan of it, and Elon Musk is really working at a really high level in government now, and he employs a lot of people that are in on the H-1B visa. Elamerk09, I'm not going to play this game with you. I will answer your questions, but I'm not some kind of puppet that just says things that you tell me to say. That's not me. Thank you for commenting and watching. My name is Tim, and I go by Tim the Piano Man. On this channel, it's mostly for the live streams. It's me live streaming my piano shows. So I play piano full-time at retirement communities and health and rehabs, and I love what I do. And then when I'm live streaming and I'm not playing piano, I am putting the phone in my pocket till I get out of these communities, because I protect the privacy of the residents there. That's important. And then once I get in my car, usually if I have time, read through the comments and the requests. So if I don't get to your request when I'm playing, that's why. Oh, haha. Pluto says, old man. Yeah, I don't know that song. JP, I should learn from you something, but I'm asking this stupid question like English and country and visa things. Let's learn about you. I will answer questions. If you have questions, I will answer them. Pluto, are you calling me an old man? Maybe you are. Maybe I seem like an old man. I mean, I am losing my hair. But if I lived to the age of 100, then I'm a little bit older than, a little bit more than a third of the way there. Life is a really interesting thing. I want to live to 100 comfortably. Buddy, you're like 367. What? Hey, as Penicilla, welcome to the live stream again. Good to see you, my friend. Nice to see you again too. I'm answering questions, topics of discussion so far that have some traction on this live stream. Coding, English as a second language, and the H1B, the HB1 visa. So we have a commenter, JP, shout out JP, who is curious about coding and maybe thinking about getting a job in the States. And I was saying that, yeah, the U.S. companies are always looking to recruit talent. A company is motivated financially. A company will do whatever is legal to save the most amount of money and to make the most amount of money. So that's kind of the motive. That's the logic of their decisions most of the time. If a company can get the top talent and not have to pay U.S. prices, they're going to do that. And honestly, the top talent, I don't think the top talent really exists in the U.S. anymore for coding. I think that the top talent is coming from outside of the U.S. My opinion. How old are you now, Tim or sir? You can call me Tim, although I appreciate the respectful sir. I'm 36 years old. 36 years old. That's kind of crazy because I'm also learned coding in English is my third language. Whoa, as Penicilla, that's crazy. Wow, third language. What other languages do you speak? That's pretty cool. Is your car safe, sir? Beautiful. Is my car safe? Yes, my car is safe. I know it's not, it's probably not a good idea for me to be reading too many comments while driving. I certainly am safe. I'm a very safe driver. And I'll read the comments when I can. Wallacey, thank you for your concern. Oh, be careful. I read that as beautiful. I think mainly mathematics and scientific talent is coming from all over the world right now. Yeah, absolutely. As Penicilla also speaks Bangla and Arabic. Very cool. Don Play says, I only speak Arab. In English. JP, now sir, subconscious mind is good in driving. Tim can drive with giving our comment respect and answer. Well, I do my best. I do my best. Guys, I have just a couple minutes before I need to run into my next gig. This is one that I'm going to have to stop the live stream to negotiate with the activities director here to see if I can actually live stream, because I want to do so in a way where I'm not getting the residents. Paraguay Ball says, what's the best human race? The human race is the best human race. There's so many different factors. I don't know. I can't even really get into that. Comes down to principles. You should get a radar. Useful piece of tech. A radar? What kind of radar? Like to detect what? Thanks, JP. Thank you for joining. Paraguay Ball. Wow. That's kind of a trollish question. I don't know if I want to answer that. The human race. Y'all, everybody is different. Geography is different. Different countries, different races of people have different qualities and talents that make them unique. But you're an individual within whatever race you are in. You're an individual. And you can learn. You can learn new skills. You can learn new ways of being, new talents, new habits. You can create yourself using ideas actualized through action. So if you're not happy with where you are, you can do something about it. Just like our friend JP was thinking about learning coding and English and getting a job somewhere else. A CECOT radar. Oh, for cops. The cops in the States right now, at least in the southern United States, are pretty relaxed. I live in Memphis, Tennessee, and there's a lot of crime in Memphis, Tennessee, so it's rare to get pulled over. I'm not going to get pulled over for streaming. The cops just don't care. Even if I'm using the phone as like a non-handheld device, like up to my ear, most cops are not going to care. I got a speeding ticket, my first speeding ticket in many years, fairly recently in Mississippi, the state of Mississippi, because I was passing a car and I didn't know it was a cop, so I was speeding, and they pulled me over, and that was surprising. But he said to me, hey, you know, like, the cop said, if you're going 10 over, you're probably not going to get pulled over, but if you go 15 over, you will. That happened to be the speed I was going. All right, y'all, I got to get to work, got to get to my next gig. I will live stream it if I can, but I can't guarantee. Thanks for joining. What a cool chat. Appreciate y'all's questions, and thank you for subscribing. See you in the next one.